Let's start our today's current affair vision, right? So the first article is about Ministry of Commerce and Industry addressing the National Intellectual Property Conference 2022. So recently there were various challenges which have been highlighted in the IPR ecosystem. Before that, let's see how a patent is granted. So the first step is that the product that is being touted for granting a patent, it should be novel. It should have initiative steps and must be non-obvious. Third of all, it should be capable of industrial application, and then it should not attract the provisions of Section 3 and 4 of Patents Act 1970, where the third section defines what are not inventions, and Section 4 makes inventions relating to atomic energy not patentable. Right. So this is how a product finally gets its patent under the Patents Act of 1970. So recently, UN Minister stressed for bringing India among top 10 countries in GII. GII is an index released by WIPO of the UN, where India currently ranks at 40th position among 132 nations. However, we are steadily increasing in our rankings. Then IPR, what are they? So intellectual property rights are exclusive legal rights of a unique product provided to the creator or inventor to protect that invention from specific period of time. These rights include patent, copyright, geographical indications, trademarks, etc. Current issues in IPR regime. So we have weak enforcement of acts. We have widespread piracy of copyrighted materials. There are delays in granting patents due to lack of manpower, involvement of middlemen. Like RTI activists, we have patent activists, right, which are right outside the patent offices or headquarters. They are not allowing a person or inventor directly to get a patent itself. Then we have uncertainty around adjudication of IP cases due to abolishing of IPAB or Intellectual Property Board, etc. Plus, the dispute resolution mechanism in India is not at its best. What are the initiatives to strengthen IPR ecosystem? So we have scheme for facilitating startups intellectual property protection. We have a patent facilitation program. Then we have a Kapila scheme for higher education institutes to promote filing patents by providing financial assistance. Then we have a National IPR Policy 2016, which is laying down both qualitative and quantitative targets. Other than that, there is a Mission Raksha Gyan Shakti, which is about defense sector, IPR in defense sector, right? Promotion of IPR in defense sector. We have TIDE 2.0. So TIDE 2.0 is promotion and development of innovation and innovation in entrepreneurs. So this TIDE 2.0, it is about incubation center developments where new startups or entrepreneurs can participate in order to develop their products, which can be a product which later can get a patent under the Patent Act 1970. So there are thematic initiatives, and these are the general initiatives taken in the IPR ecosystem. Moving on, promotion of regional languages in education. So recently, Madhya Pradesh became the first state to offer medical education Hindi language with launch of Hindi version of MBBS book. Earlier, 10 states have accepted regional languages as a medium of instruction for engineering courses. Now remember, the regional languages over here is not only Hindi, but there are other languages which includes Telugu, Tamil, Kannada, Gujarati, Bengali, etc. Right? So there are currently 29 institutes that have been selected where engineering would be taught in around 10 regional languages. Then we have National Education Policy 2020, which is calling for promotion of regional languages in education. What are the obstacles presently in promotion of regional languages? So we have a multilingualistic nature, due to which there would be increased resources required to convert every book into its regional language form, as well as increasing fear of imposition of a language. Then availability of quality teachers to teach those courses in regional languages is another obstacle. And finally, placement concerns as regional languages limit job opportunities. What are the initiatives taken to promote regional languages? So we have translation of around 22 books of diploma and undergraduate level in 9 scheduled Indian languages by AICTE. Then we have grant for publication of university level books in regional languages by CST. So like we had some Indian authors which were publishing a foreign author's book by just associating their name, and they were getting the grant from publication house itself, right? Similarly, CST runs a scheme where university level books are translated into regional languages, and the person who is translating gets a particular grant from CST itself. Then we have Bahubhashak, which is a software tool providing real-time translations of lectures in multiple languages, developed by IIT Bombay and funded by MITI under National Language Translation Mission. What are the benefits of education in regional languages? So there would be an increase in enrollment, and there would also be a better learning outcome through improved learning, strengthening cultural roots through increased proficiency in regional languages, and reducing brain drain. And then keeping language a medium of expression by discouraging its use to judge a person's capability and abilities. So this was the promotion of regional languages in education. Moving on, World Bank annual general meetings. Finance Minister participated in a discussion on learning losses. So the paper titled Learning Losses, What to Do About the Heavy Cost of COVID on Children, Youth and Future Productivity. Learning losses due to school closures are one of the biggest global threats to long-term recovery from COVID-19. According to UNICEF, such learning loss could cost this generation of students close to 17 trillion in lifetime earnings. Also, 2021 National Achievement Survey saw a drop of 9% in average performance of students compared to 2017. There was limited access to digital devices, low connectivity, and other constraining obstacles in remote learning. What are the key initiatives taken? So we have National Foundation Learning Study based on Global Proficiency Framework. We have Teach at the Right Level, where children are divided into instructional groups based on learning needs inside the class itself. Alternative academic calendar, which is now targeting the week-wise plans. We have Diksha, which is one of the 12 digital global goods by India, providing a QR code textbook to elementary school children. Other than that, we have Vidyanjali, Nishtha. There's also recently an initiative of Chahak taken in UP, where now PTA are being are being organized by school itself in order to promote not promote only, but also to make parents aware how their child is developing with them. It is for primary education itself, right? So Chahak initiative in UP. Moving on, the next article is about Finance Minister making the statement of fundamental of Indian economy are strong. So Finance Minister said that Indian rupee has performed much better than many other emerging market currencies. She also asserted that inflation in India is lower as compared to other parts of the world. USD at its highest level since 2000 has appreciated almost against all currency. And on January 1 this year, NUSD was rupees 74.5, which has now increased to 82.3. Reasons for strengthening of USD. So there is a rapidly rising interest rate in USA due to greater pace of fiscal policy tightening. There's an outflow of foreign portfolio investment as well as massive terms of trade shock triggered by Russia-Ukraine war due to the disruption in global supply chain. Impact on India. So it has brought India's forex reserves to 2-year low. It also have increased India's energy import bill. There has been an increase in current account deficit. What are the remedies available? So enhance resilience of economy through fiscal discipline and preservation of forex reserves in near time future. Building solid foundation in export competitiveness for India and push for trade in local currencies with various countries. Some agreements such as swaps need to be more established with on bilateral terms with various countries. Recently, we also opened a Vostro account, right? Such accounts need to be also opened with multiple countries in order to make India more resilient in present economic scenario. On this chart, we can see that most of the countries has seen a shock, except Brazil, Peru, and Mexico, not gaining that particular weakening against dollar. Except that most currencies have seen a downfall. The chart released by IAS. Moving on, we have 75 digital banking units dedicated to nation by Prime Minister. So there has been DBUs setting up across 75 districts of the country. A DBU is a banking outlet with digital infrastructure for delivering banking products and services in self-service. It's a joint initiative of government, RBI, Indian Banking Association, and participating banks. What are DBUs? So it is a space which has two zones. The first zone is a self-service zone where customer can access ATM, cash deposit machines, access internet banking as well. The other is digital assistance zone where customers would be accessing their services with the help of AI, or there could be other digital tools through which they can open their savings account, current account, etc. Earlier, RBI guidelines or DBUs provided that only commercial banks which have past digital banking experience can open DBU. And because they will be opening DBU, it will be treated as banking outlet. And since it's a banking outlet, it also has to offer certain minimum digital banking products and services. What are the benefits of DBUs? So there would be a 24/7 banking service availability. People not having connectivity or computing devices can do banking transactions in a paperless mode. There would be an increase in digital financial literacy as well as awareness for adopting digital banking. Presently, while India has 77% literacy, India only has less than 40% digital literacy, right? And according to a report in 2017, we only had 27%. So not more than 40% of population of India is digitally aware. And then it would also augment digital infrastructure. The final article is about tiger shifting from Ranthambore Tiger Reserve to Sariska Tiger Reserve. So there's a relocation of a tiger T113 which is aiming to increase the tiger population in Sariska Tiger Reserve. Now it was done after seeking permission from NTCM. NTCM is a statutory body under Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Relocation is moving the tigers from one reserve to another, while reintroduction means establishing a tiger population in area which was part of its historical range, but from where it has gone locally extinct. Also, the first tiger reintroduction program happened at Sariska Tiger Reserve in 2008 after tigers disappeared from it in 2005. What are the benefits of relocation as well as reintroduction? To establish a viable free-ranging population in the wild where tigers have become locally extinct, to enhance the long-term survival of wild tigers, and as well as to boost conservation efforts and often lead to local employment in such reserves. About tigers, so the IUCN status is endangered, and they are mostly solitary apart from association between mother and offspring. Some information on the two tiger reserves. So Ranthambore Tiger Reserve, situated in Rajasthan near Aravali Hills and Vindhya Plateau, famous for diurnal tigers and enclosed by Chambal River and Banas River. Includes the mighty Ranthambore Fort, Jogi Mahal, Rajbagh Ruins, etc. And there are some various species, not limited to only, but also including striped hyenas, samba deer, chittal, nilgai, etc. Then in Sariska, it's located in Alwar district of Rajasthan, part of Aravali range. It has a Neelkant temple built in 6th century, Pandupul Hanuman temple, and Kankawadi fort. Some of the species are Indian leopard, jungle cat, caracal, striped hyena, golden jackal, etc. Moving on to the prelim side, so we have a committee of parliament on official language. This is the only committee in parliament which is not set up by parliament itself. Rather, it is constituted by Home Ministry and also chaired by the Union Home Minister. It submits its report to the President. So recently, the committee has submitted its report to President on the ongoing issue of the 3 language under NEP. So what is the mandate of this committee? To review the progress made in the use of Hindi for official purposes and to make recommendations to increase the use of Hindi in official communication. Then we have heads of Asian Coast Guard Agency meeting. So Indian Coast Guard is hosting 18th HACGAM in coordination with its secretariat at New Delhi. It's a multilateral forum of 23 countries to promote cooperation amongst coast guards. Some of the important members are India, Australia, China, France, Japan, etc. Associate members, so we have United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, and we have Regional Cooperation Agreement on Combating Piracy and Armed Robbery Against Ships in Asia. It was first conducted in Tokyo, 2004, Japan. Next, first aluminium freight rake. So India's first indigenously manufactured aluminium freight rake was inaugurated. What are the advantages? So it's 180 tons lighter than steel rakes. It has 50 to 20% shift to aluminium vagons, has the potential to reduce 25 lakh tons of carbon dioxide. It's corrosion resistant, 100% recyclable, and in iron and steel industry are heavily dependent on import of nickel and cadmium. So introduction of such freight in railways would lead to increase in speed and lower power consumption, which would ultimately boost our iron and steel industry. Next, we have Hunger Hotspots report. So it's a joint report by FAO and World Food Program. Key hunger hotspots include Afghanistan, Ethiopia, Nigeria, South Sudan, Somalia, Yemen, countries in Horn of Africa, etc. So according to the report, 222 million people in 53 countries or territories are facing acute food insecurity. Key drivers are conflict, displacement, dry conditions, economic shocks, flood, political instability, and tropical cyclone. Then we have a mock meat. So recently there has been demand for mock meat. What are mock meats? It's a term used for alternative meat options. It is composed of plant-based proteins processed to have a meat-like feel, texture, and taste. It uses wheat gluten, soya protein, or vegetable substitutes like jackfruit. Lab-grown meat, which is cultured meat, it's different than mock meat because the lab-grown meat is cultivated using animal cells, while mock meat is completely vegan. Available in ready-to-eat and ready-to-cook options, the mock meat market in India is expected to reach around 300 crores by 2026. Finally, CSIR. So recently, Prime Minister chaired the meeting of CSIR, whose president is Prime Minister itself. So it comprises eminent scientists. It meets annually to review CSIR activities and deliberate on its future programs. It's an autonomous body constituted under administrative supervision of Ministry of Science and Technology. Established in the year 1942, a network of various national laboratories with wide spectrum covering radio and space physics, oceanography, etc. President is PM. Finally, we have ITUC or International Trade Union Confederation. So, Bharatiya Mazdoor Sangh is seeking affiliation with ITUC. ITUC is the global voice of world's working people, working for promotion and defense of workers' rights and interests through international cooperation between trade unions. It represents around 200 million workers in 163 countries and has around 332 national affiliates. Indian National Trade Union Congress and Hind Mazdoor Sabha, Self-Employed Women's Association, etc. are Indian affiliates of ITUC. In short, Bharatiya Mazdoor Sangh is not the first affiliate of ITUC from India. We already have some existing. Now, support of ITUC is crucial for any union to be elected to workers' representatives in governing body of the International Labor Organization. Then finally, Gaur. So India is considering a proposal to translocate gaurs to Sri Lanka, where the species has become extinct at the end of 17th century. Indian gaur is a reclusive beast that lives in the wild, largest wild bovine, also found in Myanmar and Thailand. India has around 85% population of total gaurs, which is around 13 to 30,000 gaurs in the world. The status is vulnerable and protection under Schedule 1 of Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Finally, last day, we also read about Manrega, that how 39% car holders didn't get single day of work. So there has been a statement issued by Ministry of Rural Development, which is clarifying that because Manrega is a demand-driven scheme, it is not correct to assume that all of these 39% card holders demanded work and did not get it. It may be that 1-2% were there who did not demand it at all. But again, the percentage would drop merely to around 35%, which makes it still a significant issue in Manrega's implementation. So this was all about today's current affairs.
Okay, yesterday we saw on species, yesterday or previous session, sloth beer, right?
Yeah,
So, so it is also like having 90% of its population in India. And IUCN is it vulnerable or endangered? I forgot that.
for sloth beer,
Yeah.
um, I, I don't remember. Let me check.
I think it's vulnerable.
Oh, okay. Okay, and about intellectual property, and also we also discussed about it previously. Um, in our country, under Patent Act 1971, see microorganisms only patented, right? Like patented means they can be what to say used for market purpose or like commercial purpose.
Hmm.
Other things are not allowed, right? Any process, plants, or anything except microorganisms which are not used for commercial purpose.
Correct.
So, okay, then and we have Madrid Protocol, right, for
Hmm.
this international IPR Madrid Protocol. India is also signatory to that. So when we get a license from them, it can be like used for around the world. So that is about IPR. Then
What
Prime
is Madrid
Minister
protocol
chairing
about?
council. So Madrid Protocol. So it's like what to say, worldwide we can use that license. Like once you get a license from them, that person can get protection from worldwide wherever uh, this the countries which are protocol to it. So India is like 90th member, I think. So so once you get permission from them, it is like your IPR will be protected on the countries which are signatory to Madrid Protocol. Is it making
Correct.
sense? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. That there should be a single application for patent, which would be uh, rightfully recognized in multiple countries. So this is what Madrid Protocol was all about. Yeah.
Okay. Then Prime Minister chairing institutions like right now I saw this CSIR. Then um,
Hmm.
he is chairman of Niti Aayog. Then Ganga, that Ganga River Authority, something like that. Um, then Wildlife Board, Department of Space. Other than that, do you can you recall any other things which Prime Minister chairs? Prime Minister is chairman. Okay, I will look upon that and I will discuss about it. We can discuss about it tomorrow maybe.
Hello. Um,
Ah, yes, yes, sir.
you were mentioning some institutes, or was that open-ended now?
Yeah. So like I'm just asking what else what are the other bodies where Prime Minister is chairman? I just listed out some. I will look upon it and I will say it tomorrow.
Okay. Mm, okay, we have Satkosia Reserve also. Where is Satkosia?
I have
Yes.
Odisha.
Okay. There were also there were few MCQs posted in Vision IAS. Shall I read out some of them?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Um, the first one is about Team India wing. Let me say here. So, Team India wing. The question is that Team India wing of Niti Aayog, it comprises of Prime Minister and Chief Executive Officer. The second option is representatives from every state and central ministry. And um, the third option is young scholars and student interns working with Niti Aayog. PM plus CEO. Then we have representative from every state, right? And central ministry. And then the third option is young adults or the student interns selected by Niti Aayog itself working under Niti Aayog.
So chief secretary is also there, right? Chief secretaries of states also will be there, right?
Mhm.
If chief secretary is from center is there means
Correct. So representative of states and as well as representative of central ministry. This part of Niti Aayog forms the uh, core of your Team India wing. Just a minute. Okay. Yeah. So, as pointed out correctly, representative from every state and central ministry comprises of Team India wing of the Niti Aayog. Second question is about planetary winds. So the westerlies carry the warm equatorial waters and winds to western coast of temperate lands. Again, westerlies carry the warm equatorial waters and winds to western coast of temperate lands. The second is trade wind bring heavy rainfall to the east coast of continents in the tropics. So which of the statements are correct?
can you share that question the picture?
Oh, it didn't move. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Stories can be given. Okay, both.
Let's see.
correct.
Part
C, correct.
So
Both of the
trade winds is also called as easterlies, right? They come from east and westerlies comes from west, and they are like extra tropical something like
perfect. Next question is about Indian freedom struggle. So Shanti Ghosh and Suniti Chaudhary are well known for. The first option is their contribution in the Quit India movement for running secret society, playing an important role in leading a contingent in the 1857 mutiny. Third, assassinating district magistrates in Bengal under Surya Sen's leadership. And fourth, playing an important role in picketing shops during the civil disobedience movement.
that. Okay, I think A and C. I am confused between A and C.
C. I think
Or
C.
C.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
C.
they,
So
yeah,
Ghosh is
they did.
there. Arabindo Ghosh. Then we have his brother is also there, who is associated with extremist activities. Barindra Kumar Ghosh.
Nice. And then finally, which of the statements regarding the ozone layer is not correct? So, ozone layer is a product of UV radiations acting on dioxygen molecules. Second, they are thermodynamically unstable and decomposes into molecular oxygen. The third statement is the main reason for ozone layer depletion is the release of freons. And the final depletion of ozone layer, that is ozone hole, was first reported in North Pole. So which of the statement is incorrect here?
It's a D part, South Pole.
Correct. So despite polar vortex being more prominent or a phenomena of North Pole, it was in Antarctica the first time depletion of ozone layer was reported. Finally, who released the global hunger index where India was ranked at 107?
D. Yesterday
D.
only we read about this.
Correct.
Now we
So
read about hunger hotspots, right? Hunger
yeah,
hotspot is about FAO and
uh,
who's the other one?
World Food Program.
Okay.
It previously has gotten a Nobel Prize too,
Oh, who?
right?
This
World
person.
Food Program.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, again, concern worldwide world hunger. We saw this particular article before in depletion of ozone layer. Yeah, the first time it was. I don't think it must be getting zoomed, right? So
Just click that image.
wait a minute. Yeah. So we have Team India wing of Niti Aayog. So there is a research wing which is your in-house sectoral expertise and dedicated think tank of top-notch domain experts, specialists, and scholars. Consultancy. So again, number of members, but then comes Team India wing. So it comprises of the representatives from every state and central ministry itself. Second, we saw about planetary events. So as mentioned, the trade winds, they do bring out the moisture at east coast of continents and hence easterlies, while westerlies, they bring out the pressure, the waters and winds from warm equatorial waters to western coast of temperate lands. Then we saw about Shanti Ghosh and Suniti Chaudhary, who helped in assassinating the um, district magistrates in Bengal under Surya Sen's leadership. Right. And finally, about ozone layer. So, as pointed out, in Antarctica, the first time the depletion of ozone layer was reported, commonly known as ozone hole over the South Pole. Cool. So, this was all about.
Freons. Freons means chlorofluorocarbons. Okay. Release of fluorocarbons.
There is a Kigali Agreement.
Yeah. Now I can do it. Kigali, Montreal. That is like
Uh,
what to say, follow up of Montreal Protocol, right?
so, yeah. So, which one is about CFCs?
CFC is right now.
Montreal Protocol and Kigali for hydrofluorocarbon. I think.
Correct.
Oh, see, like this one is greenhouse. No, so we replaced the hydrofluorocarbon with this CFC, right? Because they are depleting ozone layer, but that
Hmm.
fluorocarbons are like they are leading to global warming. So it's like what to say, greenhouse gas.
Hmm.
So HFCs are like covered under which I am unable to recall that.
As mentioned, HFCs are for your Kigali
Okay.
protocol covers HFCs, while your chlorofluorocarbons are covered by your uh, Montreal.
Montreal.
Great. Okay. Which schedule has is pertaining to your languages? The languages included in the constitution.
schedule
Eight.
8,
8 schedule. Correct. How many languages?
22,
Great.
22.
Is English one of them?
Yes.
No.
No,
No.
English is not one of
Okay.
them. Articles under which these languages come?
It's like 3 and also.
Correct.
I don't know exact article, but becomes
Okay.
323 or
No, 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 no. That are PSCs. No. 344 1 and 351. Languages under these constitute your 22 languages that made up for your 8 schedule. Right. Um, okay. So here we have official languages at 1963. Right. It also says that Hindi would be treated as your official languages. Has it put up a time foundation till when you can treat Hindi as official language?
yeah, yeah. 20 years, I think. 20 or 10. Yeah.
Yeah, but now because we have far reached 20 years, it is now said that no, there is no particular time period. It was that till 20 years you have to evolve a framework so that Hindi can become an official languages, but it does not say that for only 20 years we have to treat it. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. We
See,
saw our yeah.
in that thing, we can, for that language theory, we can suggest